Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome. And you may notice it's just me today. All right, so we're gonna get into today's live stream here in just a second. I'm gonna be answering a bunch of you guys' questions, and we'll talk about some cool stuff. Got some stuff to give away, and all that good stuff. So, if you guys are just tuning in, if it's your first time, of course, we do these live streams every 2 weeks. Normally, it's Adam and myself. Today, we're very, very busy. So Adam's busy. It's going to be just me answering your guys' questions today. So I'm going to be doing a little bit shorter of an episode, maybe not the full. Usually we go for about an hour and a half. So I think probably just going to be closer to about an hour today, just because everybody's busy. Here we've got a lot of stuff that's been coming in over the past couple days, and then expecting a lot of stuff coming in either later today or tomorrow. On that note, I guess we might as well talk about that here for a moment. So what's been coming in, you guys may have seen a couple of things posted already about just some new Kotobukiya stuff that's in. We've got, let's see, a lot of new Kotobukiya stuff just came in the other day. There was a couple of new Zoids kits. There's some new Mecha Musume kits. There's some massive figures and stuff in there. So there's a lot of new Kotobukiya stuff that just came in. Also, let's see, either today or Monday, we're expecting a ton of Bandai stuff to be coming in, including a lot of Gunpla restocks. So it's a long list of stuff that's in that order that's supposed to be arriving either today or Monday. So you guys, if you are looking for something in particular, make sure you have either, if you go on the website, if there's something that you're waiting for, you can check if it's not available for back order or pre-order already. Just either way, just click there's a little box on there that says notify me when it's back in stock or whatever. You can click on that just to make sure you get notified. But yeah, either later today or more likely on Monday, you guys will be, if you have that box ticked to get a reminder, you should get a reminder for that. So just make sure you look out for that if there's something you're waiting for. So there's a bunch of stuff that's in that order that's coming from Bandai. So good morning, everyone. Good morning, Joel, Daniel, Ramiro. Let's see, Brian and Travis. Good morning, guys. Ray G Gamer. Let's see, Daniel's asking about the Raider Gundam. I'm not sure. Hey, Adam.
Yeah, I just sent you that list.
Okay, I was just gonna say, is the Raider Gundam coming?
Yes.
Not in this order?
No, it is. We're getting part of it. I haven't looked to see if it covers all the pre-orders yet.
Okay.
So
we're getting the first batch of them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which the second batch I would assume would be
shortly after that.
Yeah.
Okay. There you go. So yes, to answer your question about the Raider Gundam, Daniel. So yeah, if you already pre-ordered that, we should be getting if I don't know how much you just heard, the first batch of those in all the Bandai stuff that's coming either today or Monday. And then if you don't get a notification about that by the middle of next week, then that means that your pre-order will probably be part of the second batch, which will be coming then later on. So, but if you pre-ordered early, then it should be covered with this first batch of them that we're getting from Bandai. So, okay, Adam sent me the list of what's on this. So I won't, if you guys have something in particular that you're looking for, that you're hoping that maybe is getting restocked, I can answer for you. Hang on, let me see. But I don't want to spend the entire episode just having you guys ask me, is this coming? Is this coming? Is this coming? And I'm checking the list and doing that. We have a lot of questions to answer, but we also have a kit to give away. So thank you to Kotobukiya, as always, once again, just for supplying the kit for giveaway here for you guys. So this is the very large Final Battle version of the Go Riot, and I just want to give you guys a peek into this box because there's so much gold in here. Look at that. Ja-jan. In multiple tones, I think it's basically, there's 2 tones of gold, but then there's also clear yellow parts as well. So it kind of gives the appearance of kind of goldish as well. So we have this to give away, which is our giveaway item for the today's episode. Also, we have this lucky lady here, this lady, which will go to a lucky one of you, which could be a lady. So if you guys remember from my review of this kit, from the Lumitia kit, I said that I had an extra, Kotobukiya sent an extra one to give away to one of you guys. So later on in this episode, I'll draw the winner for that. So we can go, if you guys are watching now and you don't know what I'm talking about, go back to my review over on my channel. Real quick, don't be gone too long. Go and comment on that video, because later on in this episode, I'll pick one of the comments from that video to be the winner for this kit. So yeah, again, hopefully you guys already saw that review and you know what I'm talking about. But if not, you can check that out. So we'll draw the winners for both those giveaway items later on in the episode. Again, thank you to Kotobukiya for supplying those and for sponsoring the Mecha Musume contest. So the other thing we need to talk about before we get into answering your guys' questions is, of course, the Kotobukiya, not Kotobukiya, but the custom Mecha Musume contest, which is sponsored by Kotobukiya and us here, of course, and is being organized by me. But the Mecha Musume contest is ongoing. So we announced that a week ago now. So we're a week into that. At the time when I announced it, I said that the deadline was September 31st, which is a non-existent day. Should have said September 30th, but actually after talking with the judges thought it'd be a good idea to probably extend the deadline a little bit. So we extended the deadline to October 14th. So you guys have plenty of time, hopefully, to enter into that contest. So just a quick recap on that. It's just basically we want you guys to do a custom build of a Mecha Musume kit. Could be anything from Kotobukiya, Bandai, 30 Minute Sisters, or like an Attack Girl, or one of the Nuke Matrix Mecha Musume kits, or MS General kits. There's a lot of different Mecha Musume kits that you can use, like one of the VFG girls, and that's a redundant variable frame girls from Hasegawa, or Aoshima, sorry. But there's, every company seems like is making Mecha Musume kits. So you can make a custom build of one of those kits. We've got two categories, either beginner or advanced. Beginner, if you don't plan on like fully painting, or you're still kind of new, or just don't really feel confident in your abilities to like fully paint and do whatever else you might want to do to get adding custom scribing or whatever else you might want to do to it, that you might want to do if you wanted to enter in the advanced category. So there's options there for you guys. And let me see what else. The judges. So I announced just via post earlier this week that the two guest judges that we're going to have are Blondie and Nick. Both of them that's their Twitter handles. They're both very amazing Japanese modelers. Both of them are published modelers, which means that they've had their works published in Japanese publications, magazines, or books, which is pretty awesome. So they're both very qualified judges for this contest. Very excited and honored to have them on board as well. Both of them also helped me with the Japanese translation for all the rules and everything, so that I could post all the rules in Japanese as well, in case any Japanese modelers wanted to join in. So that was very awesome of them to help out. So make sure you guys follow them on Twitter. Both of them also do other works. I mean, even if you're not particularly interested in Mecha Musume type stuff, both of them also do like just normal mecha models as well, Gundams and stuff like that too. So they're awesome modelers. Make sure you give them a follow if you guys are on Twitter. Okay, so we announced that. Okay, a couple more things that to announce. Number one, sorry, just last couple things, and we'll get into the questions, guys. Number one is today is the last day to use the contest coupon code on the website. If you guys want to pick up any Mecha Musume kits, you can use the contest. It's just contest is the coupon code you put in at checkout, and you guys can use that. If you're buying any Mecha Musume kits on the website, you can use that coupon code at checkout to get 10% off the Mecha Musume kits. So again, Kotobukiya, Bandai, whatever MS General kind of kits you guys want to pick up, you can use that. But today's the last day until midnight tonight. There's that, and there's also a paint sale on this weekend. So starting today through Sunday midnight, all of the paint products we have, it's SMS, Mr. Color, the Sunin 7 paints, which are the new paints that we got in all the paints that we have. You can get 25% off with the coupon code PAINT. So just use that at checkout, and all your paint stuff goes 25% off. So very cool. So if you guys are planning on entering the contest, it's a great time. And if you don't have a kit already, you can use that coupon code to buy a kit. Use the paint coupon code to buy some paints and stock up on all that stuff. So I think that should be about everything. I believe that we still have the coupon code or sale. I think it's coupon code running on the action bases as well, if you guys need that. But there's a post on Instagram about that. Action bases also on sale. Okay, I think that covers everything. I'll have to recap all that later on in the episode, just in case anyone coming in, let's see, later on, who might have missed that. But just a couple of things here from the comments here. Brian and Travis asked how I've been. I've been good. Yeah. Been good. Just kind of been very busy. I've been busy doing my thing, but like Adam and the rest of everybody else has been slammed doing all that. We were like, just got so many orders. So I can tell you guys that like everybody working in the warehouse is working super hard to get your guys' orders, picked and packed and sent out to you guys as soon as possible. But we just have loads of orders currently. So everybody's working hard to get those out. So if there's a delay, like if you guys are placing an order and it takes a couple days longer than normal, just try to be understanding. That's the issue that we're dealing with. Just have a lot of orders to get out at the moment. So thank you guys for your patience. Okay. Mercenary, what up? More like a gold rye. Yeah, gold rye. Exactly. It's a pretty awesome kit. I've thought about picking up this kit and building it myself many times. It's basically, if you guys are unfamiliar, just a quick kind of summarization of this kit. It's basically the go rye plus loads of MSG option parts, just kind of all packaged together, and they're all molded in gold. So basically you can make this yourself just by kit bashing parts and then painting them gold. But this is really cool. And even if you didn't necessarily want to make this as is, it comes with a go rye, and then all of those different MSG option parts and stuff that you have, you could just give to a different kit or something used for kit bashing. So even if you don't want to build this is a great set just for kit bashing, basically, because you get loads of stuff in there. You guys can see all that stuff. So it has parts from the stylet in there as well. And I think also, it has some weapons and equipment parts from the base lard. And then plus some different MSG option weapons and everything. So there's loads of stuff in there. Okay. They announced the MG G-Cell Verkaya. No, they've not. Let's see. Mr. Frank asked, I've been seeing people asking about painting everything except the skin on the Mecha Musume. Then what's the category? Yeah, I think I'll probably have to make some kind of just a follow-up post or video about this because, Mr. Frank, a couple people have been asking about kind of which category they feel like they should go into based on like how much painting exactly they want to do. As far as like, if you plan on painting everything except the skin, that's relatively common actually for modelers that are painting these type of kits, the Mecha Musume kits. I've done it on the Nippako kit, the small 120 scale Nippako plastic model kit. I didn't paint the skin on it. I just highlighted or kind of shaded the skin tone plastic. And that's pretty common actually. So I think even if you wanted to like fully customize it and fully paint it, everything except the skin, I would say still probably just go into the advanced category, even though it's technically not 100% painted. That's just kind of a somewhat normal thing to do amongst this type of model kit. So I would say that still would be advanced. Patrick, what's going on, man? Do you have a favorite dark metal, dark iron paint? Ooh, I don't know. I know that a lot of people like Alclad for metallic paints. I've never used Alclad paints before personally. I would probably use Mr. Color has some really great metallics I've used before. One of them I think is actually called Dark Iron. Is one of the ones that I have that I've used before, which is pretty good. Gaia also has some really nice looking metallic paints as well. Some of the like Starbright ones. I think that might not be exactly the color you're looking for, but I've used like some like the Starbright brass, Starbright gold ones from Gaia. Those are also like really nice. I've not used any of like their dark metallics, I don't think. Okay, some coffee. Now we can get into some of the questions. All right, and if you guys have questions in the chat, I'll try to kind of mix some of those in as well, but I'm taking questions from the posts here, from the Instagram post. Little Plastic People asked, are there any upcoming hobby-related books that you're looking forward to that we should check out ourselves? So, yes, definitely. If you guys have not seen the video that I uploaded yesterday over on my channel, I uploaded a long 2-hour video that would be great for just like listening over the weekend. If you guys are working on a kit or something over the weekend, definitely check that out. But I had just a discussion with Lincoln Wright, Paint on Plastic. You guys check out his channel as well. But one of the things we talked about is the book that he has coming out that's upcoming. So I think that's supposed to be due out around the end of this year. And I'm definitely looking forward to that book. It's the very first ever English publication of like a Maschinen Krieger themed book. So Little Plastic People, who asked this question, I'm sure he's very aware of that book because I know he likes Maschinen Krieger stuff as well. So I'm sure he's aware of that. But I'm definitely looking forward to that book. Other than that, kind of the book series that I'm often looking forward to the most is usually the GHL, the Gundam Hobby Life publications. It's a MOOC series. It's like I think it comes out bi-yearly. I want to say, I don't remember. I think twice a year, once a year, twice a year. Yeah, I think that publication is put together by Naoki. It's not all Naoki's works in it, but I believe he's the producer for that series. But those are always great as well. And the great thing is too that those typically come with water slides as well, which is always, it's the cherry on top. You get a great MOOC and some waterside decals, which are exclusive usually. A lot of times it's like Gundam logos and stuff that you can get in like other decal sets, but they'll be like a little bit different size or a little bit different color and a little bit different kind of variety from what you get in other decal sets available. Or sometimes it's like totally new stuff. Let's see. There was a question here in the chat. Robert asked a question. This is a question I've got from a couple people already, so I do want to answer this one here from the chat. Robert, he asked if the Flame Toys a Windblade kit would qualify. I would say yes, even though there's not as much of like the Musume aspect to it, because it's not necessarily like a girl with like mechanical armor on it, but just because of the design, I would say that works, yes. So if you want to use the Windblade kit, I would say you can use that. Okay. Let's see. Zavi asked, what's your favorite new kit appearance? What's your favorite new kit appearance-wise from G-Witch? Yeah, okay. I would say probably the Darrow Valde, the red one, is a pretty awesome looking design. Probably the one that I'm looking forward to the most at the moment. Irish Stowaway asked, what's your favorite Go-Rai, frame arms girl, frame arms girl? Oh, well, yes, there's multiple versions of the frame arms Go-Rai. I believe there's only just the one version, basically. I think there's probably a RE version of that, as in like a re-release version. But as far as the frame arms girl version of the Go-Rai, there's probably 4 or 5 different versions of that available, which are pretty cool. The white one's pretty cool. That's probably my favorite, the white color one. I forget exactly what it's called, but that one's pretty cool, and it has like some cool markings on it, which I like. That's what I wish a lot of the frame arms girl kits, Kotobukiya, if anybody from Kotobukiya is watching, that's one thing that I wish that the frame arms girl kits included more would be decals, like marking decals for them, because frame arm girls are quite heavy on the mechanical, the mecha aspect of that integrated to the Musume design. I wish that one thing that's a big thing among like mecha models is like the markings and decals and stuff. So I wish that that was something that would be included in frame arms girls kits. There's a few, some of them do come with ones like the AIS color version of the Stylet, I know, is one that comes to mind offhand that did come with some decals, but mostly they don't. So that's kind of disappointing. Let's see. Have you gotten a hold of the RG God Gundam yet? No, and I don't think anyone has. It's not yet released. I believe that release is in 2 weeks. I think it's August 13th, I think is, I want to say, the Japanese release date. So nobody's gotten that yet. I don't believe so. Is that, let's see, Reiji asks, is that the one with the feather? The HGAC Wing 0 EW confirmed. Oh, what? I don't know. Anyway, Plastic asked, can you and Adam dress up as Men on Films from In Living Color for an episode in October. I'll have to look up what that is because I don't know what that is, but I'll look it up. I don't know if Adam and I are too keen to dress up or do anything like that necessarily, but if it's something we could do like relatively easily, maybe, yeah. Litothi asked, what is one awesome thing you learn about building that you wish you knew when you started? That's a good question that I wish I knew when I started. Damn. I guess when I started is difficult to define. I would say when I started, not as like when I first built Gundam models, when like Gundam models were first available, like around the year 2000 here in stores. That's why when I first built my first few Gundam models, I wouldn't necessarily count that as like when I started in the hobby, because that's when I was just kind of building them like as a pretty young fellow. When I started, I would put more around like 2012, when like I kind of got back into the hobby and started doing it more as like a kind of adult hobby, young adult hobby. I was at that time, I don't know, early 20s, but yeah, that's when I started doing it kind of more seriously. So what I wished I would have known at that time maybe would have been like how easy airbrushing is, because like I didn't get into airbrushing straight away. I painted my first, I don't know exactly how many, but my first number of model kits were just painted with spray cans. And I think I did all right. But once I started airbrushing and like realizing how much just easier, kind of more convenient, and just kind of better overall airbrushing was for me, I wish I would have known that. But you figure it out pretty quick once you start. Mafu asked, considering the Mecha Musume contest is going on now, have you noticed more people buying the kits, or is it still the same? I'm not sure necessarily. I don't check the sales numbers really. Sometimes I'll ask Adam about that, like, hey, how's this particular kit selling? How are these kits selling? Just if I'm interested, if it's something that we're kind of like promoting. I do know that we've had the contest code, the one that I mentioned earlier. Now you can use that code contest for 10% off all the Mecha Musume stuff in stock now. We've had that running since the announcement of the contest last Friday. And I think I asked Adam yesterday if people are using that code. A lot of people are using that code to buy some kits. And he said, yeah, so I mean, people are using that. I don't know if like how much more than normal people are buying those kits as a reaction to the contest, but I would assume some. Some people have the idea that like we base the theme of the contest based on like what we want to sell. Like maybe like, so like for example, we've got just loads of Mecha Musume kits in stock that we need to get rid of, so that's why we're having this contest to try to get people to buy them and sell them. I can tell you that's not the case. This is just in this particular contest and in other contests before. That's just not usually part of the thinking for like choosing the contest theme. It's usually just what I come up with and Adam agrees with, and we just kind of go from there. And if you guys have been watching me on my channel for any length of time, you know that the Mecha Musume contest is something I've mentioned many times over the years. It's something that I've wanted to do, so I'm very excited to actually finally be able to do it. But of course, yeah, naturally having a contest, like whatever the theme of the contest is, then people are going to be interested in joining the contest, and then they will buy more of the kits. Yeah, sure. There's just kind of a natural byproduct of that. What are the dimensions of the spray booths you use? I'm making one and one validation. Gumpla Herbie said. Well, I don't have a spray booth yet. Here's where it's planned to go. Here, once I get that in. But typically, I mean, it really doesn't necessarily have to be that big. Like the power of your fan is probably more important, because even if your spray booth is only like this big, as long as it's got enough suction and you're spraying directly at it, it's going to do its job of sucking most of the fumes. And on the other hand, you don't necessarily need one that's like this big, but I mean it could work the same, so long as you're getting the proper suction that you need to get the fumes out. That's, as long as it does what it needs to do, then it's fine. Like say for example, the Arty station Like we carry Artie Station stuff here, and Artie Station has a spray booth kind of section that you can get. So if you guys know, it's kind of similar to it, which you can't see because it's behind my light here, but I have this Hobby Zone set of stuff, which is very similar. They're basically like, what do you call it? Sectional kind of organizing things for your desk. And there's one that Artie Station makes, which is a spray booth, and it's not very big, but it just depends on the fan you have attached onto the back of it. If it sucks the air, then it's fine. But generally, I mean, I would say about the size of like a larger size master grade box, like about this size generally. As long as it's something similar to that, I think that's pretty standard. Like one of the smaller ones, like you might see like one of, what are they called, like a travel spray booth or something, the ones that you can like kind of collapse in, and it's pretty small. Those are pretty small. Like if you've never seen them in real life, they're, you know, not that big. Patrick asked, what's your go-to comfort film? Like Pacific Rim is one of mine. Great question. Yeah. Pacific Rim, not one of mine. It's not bad. I don't dislike Pacific Rim, but that's a good question. So it kind of depends when, let's see, but for probably for about a year or so, when I was in college, I would always put on Lost in Translation. I would always put it on when I went to bed, and I would fall asleep to it. I don't know why. It's not like I couldn't fall asleep without the movie on, but I don't know. I just enjoyed falling asleep to that movie. I really like that movie. So that was one that I would like fall asleep to like every night for like a year in college. But I do have, I mean, like for comfort films, I mean, like original trilogy Star Wars, any of those, even prequels. I know some people don't really care for the prequels too much, but any Star Wars movie is usually a good bet. I can put one of those on anytime. When I'm just working on a kid or something, I'll put on Star Wars. That's a good one. Or I like cheesy 80s or 90s like action movies, Arnold Schwarzenegger movies like Running Man, Total Recall. Like these ones are good comfort films for me that I can put on anytime and watch and enjoy. Those ones I like a lot. Sci-fi stuff, as you can tell, mostly. Those are some good ones. Let me see what else. I know those are some ones that just immediately come to mind that like I can always watch. They Live, yeah, They Live. That's a good one. The Thing, yeah, maybe not quite as much, but yeah, definitely along those lines. Yeah, Air Force One, yeah, just like that type of movie, definitely. What's going on, Chris? Yeah, exactly. They Live is the best of all movies. Yeah, it's a great one. So like those type of movies, yeah, are definitely my favorite comfort movies. As far as like more recent ones, like along the lines of like Pacific Rim, anything like made more recently than like 2010. Yeah, there's some like what would be a good one? What's the name of it now? I can't remember. And I've watched this like 10 times because yeah, it's one that I really enjoy just to put on like while I'm working on something. Shit, no, everything now it's gonna really bother me. What's the name of that movie? It's where it's part of a series, but the something paradox. Cloverfield Paradox, is that right? Yeah, Cloverfield series. Yeah. There you go. I think that's right. The one where they're in space. So that's a good one. Just like space sci-fi movies. Actually, on that note, like Alien or Aliens is another one. It's another one of my comfort movies. Like Aliens, I can watch anytime too. Just put that on. That's another good one. That type of stuff. Yeah, now I'm thinking that there's probably a lot more. I don't know, but yeah, there's a lot. So okay, we could go on and on and on about that. I love putting on like a good sci-fi movie while I'm working on just building a kid or whatever. Definitely. Okay, I just watched one the other day. Actually, now that we're on the topic of it, I just watched one the other day that was just for an example, the one I watched 2 days ago was Deep Star 6, which I think I've seen before, like a long time ago, because when I put it on to watch it, I was thinking, oh, I don't think I've ever seen this movie before. But then while watching, I remembered, oh yes, I have. I've seen this. So like Deep Star 6, I watched the other night while working on a kit. Even stuff like that, cheesy movies like that, like Leviathan, Abyss, pretty good. Abyss is like a little bit more slow paced. It kind of makes me a little bit more sleepy while watching that at times. It's not quite as, it doesn't have that like cheesy action vibe to it quite as much. It's more of like a good movie. Okay. Anyway. What? Okay. I don't know what you're saying, Chris. What are you talking about? It's on Zach's channel. Oh, okay. Sorry. There you go. Okay, let me check what you're talking about, Chris, to get the context. You watched your conversation with Link, very engrossing, and also had to cross that topic off the list for the podcast since you guys had already done it. Oh, did you have it on your list, Chris, for the podcast? That's interesting. I mean, you guys should still talk about it, and you can, reference our conversation, and you guys talk about, continue on the conversation. You guys share your thoughts on it. I wouldn't necessarily cross it off the list. I think it'd be interesting for you guys to talk about it and see what you guys have to say about it. Okay. Anyway, Diablo asked, what are the prizes for the Mecha Musume contest? Okay, so we don't know yet. I can't tell you guys what the prizes are yet just because Kotobukiya is just sending us a bunch of stuff, apparently, for the contest, and I don't know what's in the stuff that they're sending over. We didn't get a list, unfortunately. So they're sending over a bunch of stuff for prizes for the contest. Once we have that, and I know what they are, I'll announce it and let you guys know. But more than likely, it'll be a combination of the stuff that we have sponsored by Kotobukiya, the stuff that they send in, and then we'll have some stuff here as well that will be part of the prizes. Okay. Yeah, Patrick, definitely check that out, that video with Lincoln. Like I said earlier, just if you're going to be working on something, if you're working on a kit or something over the weekend, it's a long conversation. It's a 2-hour video. So just put that on while you're working on something if you want to have a listen to that. But yeah, anyway, thank you, Chris. I agree. It was very different, but something interesting, I hope. It was interesting for us to talk about. Trivia asked, do you think you will attend any conventions in the future? Yeah, hopefully. Yeah, I would like to. I don't have any plans to at the moment, but I would like to, yeah. Whittlered said, your favorite Megami Device frame arms girl kits. That's a tough one. And I was actually thinking about this to do a video because I've done like different ranking videos in the past, but something similar to like the ranking of all the RG kits video that I did with Kakura197. We did that video ranking all the RG kits through like a tier list, not a tier list, but a kind of, what do you call that? Like tournament bracket. I was actually thinking about this the other day to do that with like all the Mecha Musume kits, but the problem is there's so many different variations of the Kotobukiya ones. Like for example, like the Hersvelger frame arms girl kit, do we just include just the main one, or like the Hersvelger adder? And then do we also include like the summer like bikini version of that as well? So I think if we were to actually include like all the different variants of all these different kits, then it would be a huge tournament bracket. But to leave out the variants and only use like the base kit, then I think is unfortunate then as well too. So I'm not really sure what the best way to do that is, but I did have the idea of making like a tournament bracket for all the different type of the Mecha Musume kits, and I thought that would be fun to do, especially since we have the contest going on. But I'm not exactly sure how to do that without having a huge bracket of just like 2/3 of the list just being all different variations of the same suits, same kits from Kotobukiya, basically. So if you guys think that would be interesting, if that's something you would like to see, let me know your thoughts on that and what you think would be the best way to approach a video like that. I think it would be fun to do, but I just don't know how to do it quite yet. The Compound Jim said, if you were given the opportunity to choose the next model kit from any company, whatever series of your choice and grade, what would you choose? There's a lot. Well, I guess, okay, here's just the first couple that come to mind would be a Master Grade Rosenzulu, would be one. The other one would be, well, now that I'm thinking about Gundam, there's a lot of Gundam stuff that's coming to mind. But another thing that does come to mind immediately would be an RG Evangelion mass production type. I know they're doing like the RG Ava kits are based off of the Rebuild series, so I don't think that's likely. But again, like if it was my choice and I could choose anything, I would like a nicer, newer model kit of the mass production Ava, because I really love that design. It's really cool, and it'd be cool to see how they would do that in the RG series. So I would like that. What are some good beginner tips for applying water slides, as well as how to set them on a kit to where they don't peel off? Well, I've never really had this issue with water slides peeling off. I know some people have, and I don't know. I think there's probably a number of different reasons for that, but typically water slides are printed in a way that they have adhesive on the back of them. So you really technically shouldn't need any other adhesion products. But if you're worried about that, you can also get a mark setter, which is like essentially like a glue type of product, like a very thin glue to help to keep your water slides from peeling off. You can also use Mark Softer, is actually to kind of like melt the decal, and people use that to basically kind of melt the decal around like rounded surfaces, or if you have like a panel line going through, like where you're laying a decal on top of where a panel line is, it sinks the decal into the panel line a little bit for you. Personally, I don't ever use Mark Setter, hardly ever. Basically, if it's a decal that I'm a little bit worried maybe won't stick or something, maybe I'll use some Mark Setter. I typically only ever use Mark Softer, and I feel like that somewhat acts. That's supposed to, like I said, melt the decal around uneven surfaces, but in doing so, it kind of also helps to keep the decal stuck on there as well, because if you're thinking, well, if the decal is now more tightly wrapped around an uneven surface, that's also just kind of going to help it from peeling off. So if you just do that, I mean, like I said, you really shouldn't need technically anything, but just getting like some Mark Setter and or Mark Softer should be all you really should need from keeping them from peeling off. I mean, whether that's if you're putting the decals just directly onto unpainted plastic or onto a painted model, either way it should be the same. Let's see. I just want to check out what's been going on here in the live chat here for a second. Chris says he's been messing around with the idea of entering. You should, Chris. You should enter something. Just put something together. Grab a kit and just paint it up. You don't have to enter with the intention of like going all out to try to win the contest. You just enter something just for the fun of it. Depends on who. Let's see. Just trying to check out here what's going on in the chat. Let's see. Astray GT, hey, what's going on? I just use Mark Fit and it works great. Yeah. So yeah, Mark Softer and Mark Setter, these are Mr. Hobby GSI products, but other companies make similar products as well. Okay, how many Mecha Musume contest entries you got so far? Tim asked. Well, I have. I checked a couple days ago, and I can check again right now to see where we're at. Let's see. Give me a second. I can tell you. Around 70, it looks like. I've not checked through some of these emails. Some of the emails might just be not like somebody's entry, might just be they're asking a question about the contest. So at least 60, I would say, probably somewhere around there. So that's good. Mecha Musume, I know as a theme is not for everyone. So, I understand that it's not going to get as much of a response as just like a Gundam model theme contest. But I feel like that amount is pretty good. It's a good start, definitely. So that's pretty awesome. Also, the inclusion of beginner and advanced categories, multiple categories, allow for more people to enter as well. So if we'd just had it as just a wide open contest, some people who are maybe not as confident, they're kind of more beginner, more new to the hobby, may not feel comfortable joining into a contest where they feel like, oh, I'm not even going to stand a chance at all just because I don't even paint my model kits yet. But giving them the opportunity to enter into a beginner category allows for more people to join the contest. That's the idea of having that category there. So that's good. More people can join. What makes you decide to pick a Mecha Musume as the contest? Law asked. Just because it's obviously if you guys watch my channel, it's a type of model kit that I'm interested in. I enjoy building them and reviewing them and everything. So I just enjoy the kits. So it's just a contest theme that I've always wanted to do. And they're very like customizing them is such like an integral part, because like that's basically what they are essentially, as like custom design versions of other things, essentially. Kind of like that's how like Frame Arms Girl started. It's like girl versions of the Frame Arms mecha. So I mean, like customizing is like kind of such an integral part of this like the genre. So it should make for some pretty interesting stuff. Results. Let's see. I better switch over to one of the other platforms here. Let me go to the Facebook post here. Well, if I can find it. There we go. Let's see. Oh, one, two. All the comments. Okay. Facebook's weird. What's your favorite power-up mecha system? Okay, Justin asked. Interesting. So he means like whether it's like exam mode, super mode, RG system, destroy mode, something like that. Yeah, good question. I don't know. Super mode's always been pretty cool. I love G Gundam, and the super mode I always found interesting, and like kind of how it's introduced in the series as like sort of something akin to like Super Saiyan. Obviously, I mean, like it's pretty fair to draw comparisons of G Gundam to like something like Dragon Ball Z, sort of a little bit more episodic, whereas like Dragon Ball Z, you'll have like one fight stretched out over 20 episodes. G Gundam, it's a new fight in every episode, so the pace is totally different. But you know, like just the theme of it being martial arts style, I guess, which is certainly not exclusive to Dragon Ball Z. There's loads of that, but yeah. Anyway, super mode's pretty cool. Let me think. What else? I don't know. Trans Am. I don't know. Yeah, it's kind of some stuff's like kind of too OP, but like super mode is. But I feel like it fits the series. Like it makes sense in that series. Whereas other stuff, yeah, like exam mode, it's kind of makes sense. Some stuff's like too overpowered. I feel like when it comes on, it's just kind of like, meh. All right. What's a series you haven't watched but would like to start on? Xavier asked. Interesting question. For me, it would actually be, I don't know of a series necessarily offhand, but I would like to watch some more like slice of life anime series. And in general, I know that I've asked you guys before on like in different circumstances, and I've gotten recommendations from different people. But just for me personally, yeah, like I would like to watch some more like kind of slice of life style anime series. I know there's a bunch out there. I can't think what's that camping one comes to mind, but that's just one example. I know there's a lot, and you guys could probably recommend some really good ones. So send me a message or something. Maybe send me a private message on my Facebook page or Instagram and let me know if maybe a good recommendation you might have for a slice of life anime series. Felix, something exclusive from the Gundam base side F. Let's see what are you guys talking about. Victor said, hi Zach, what Mecha Musume kit you enjoy building the most? Oh, Euro Camp. Yeah, Euro Camp, that's it. Mecha Musume kit I enjoy building the most. I don't know if I could say one particular kit, but I would say the Megami Device series of kits is probably my favorite to build, because they're like very solid, very dependable kits. Like one thing, like when you're building a Mecha Musume kit, when you're building a Megami Device kit, usually like the fit quality is good, everything goes together super well, you have great color separation on them, you have loads of accessories and option parts and stuff in them. So like you kind of know what you're going to get with a Mecha Musume kit, and with a Megami Device kit, and it's going to be good every time. Whereas like, and I feel like it's probably pretty safe to say for like a lot of like even 30 Minute Sisters is the same, but like they're so basic. The 30 Minute Sisters line is nice. I like the line, but that's like kind of building a frame of a kit, and then it's like it's nice and it's cool for what it is, but then like it needs something more, or it's not as as fulfilling as an experience as building a Megami device kit, where typically they have lots of other stuff going on, like maybe aside from the Wisdom Soldiers kits, they're all usually pretty involved with having lots of accessories and stuff. You hate my MG Moon Gundam prank? Sorry about that. I know that my April Fool's video now, a few months later, is still getting people. I still get maybe once a week or so. I'll see that I get a comment on my April Fool's video. Somebody saying, "Wow, I can't wait for that RG Barbatos." Just thinking sorry. All right. Okay, let's see. Next question here. Daniel asked, typically how long does a kit sit in your backlog for? I would say if I had to average a couple weeks, sometimes more. Sometimes I'll build a kit straight away, but I've got other kits that I've had in my backlog that I've not built for years. So I've got some stuff at home that I've had for a long time and still not built. But typically, if it's something that, if it's a relatively new kit that I'm getting in order to review for you guys, there's usually a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks maybe, depending on kind of how behind I am, how busy I'm working on other things, how much I get at once. If I get 10 new kits all in at once, it takes some time to get through them. So, one or two or three of them I'll build straight away. The other ones I have to kind of put off until the next week or the next week. So it's always an endless struggle to keep up with kits coming out. Daniel asks, I can't think of what to ask this week, and apparently indecisions is my brand today. So what should I build for my next backlog? The FM, the Full Mechanics AL Calamity, or HG Hazel Gigantic Arms? Well, I would say, Daniel, to answer your question, you should build the AL Calamity, and for the Hazel Gigantic Arms, you should just send that to me to build for you, because I wasn't able to pre-order one. So I was not able to get one of those. So send that to me. I'll build it for you. I'll take that off your hands, make that decision real easy for you. And then you can build the AL Calamity and enjoy that one. I think that would be a good solution to your issue. Hope that helps. Ian asks, curious if Bandai will release more Star Wars kits. Yeah, I'm curious about that myself. I think that it's hard to say. I think that if there's a new movie coming out, because they did release kind of more recently, I think the most recent kit that they've come out with, I think, is just the Razor Crest, because the Mandalorian was out. So if new Star Wars movies are coming out, then Bandai will probably release kits that will kind of coincide with the movies, I guess, possibly, or they might be kind of done with the series. I don't know. They may have had a limited time window on their contract with Star Wars, how long they can produce new kits. I would say, I don't know what the details of that contract is, but I would say they're probably free to reproduce the kits as much as they want later on. But as far as producing new kits, there may have been a certain time window of when they can do that, and that may have closed. I don't know. I'm not sure. I couldn't say. But it's an interesting question. I've wondered about that myself. George asked, I'm about to get back into building after a brief hiatus, starting with the Barbatos. What are you working on, and what's next? Well, my question to you is, which Barbatos are you talking about? Hopefully you're talking about the MG, because that's definitely the best version of the Barbatos out there. But what kit am I working on? Well, I'm not going to be in the office next week, so I unboxed a bunch of kits and took them home to work on next week while I'm going to be working at home. So I'm recording videos ahead of time so that I can work on editing, work on building kits at home next week. So I won't be here in the office. So let me tell you guys a few of the kits that I took home to work on next week. Number one would be the Ranka Lee Variable Fighters Girl from Aoshima. Speaking of Mecha Musume kits, there's that. There's the Little Red Megami Device kit, the Little Red Riding Hood themed Megami Device kit from Kotobukiya. Took that one home to work on. Let's see, what else was there? There was the Frame Arms kit, not Frame Arms Girl, but Frame Arms kit. What's the name of it? No, I can't remember the name. The big white one. It has the Type Hector. the Type Hector frame arms kit. I took that home to work on. The Sigurun HG IBO kit. Got that in, took that home to work on. I know that's been out for a little while. That's one of those kits, like you were asking before, how long does a kit sit in my backlog? That's one I've had for a couple weeks, or not that long actually, just recently. Got that in fairly recently, but I know it's been out for a little bit. Got that. What else? The Brady Phantom Kyokai Senki kit. So these are a few of the kits that I took home. The variable frame from Kotobukiya, they came out with the MSG variable frame. What is it called? Variable frame something. What's it called? Anyway, the Beluga. Kotobukiya, they came out with a new thing. It's kind of like frame arms, but it's like technically in the MSG line, which is interesting. But it's like a full kit. The Beluga. Yeah, it's a very cool looking kit. If you guys have not seen it, looks pretty interesting. So I took that home to work on that as well too. So that's what I'm going to be working on for the next week or so. Also, I picked up this yesterday on a side note. Well, anyway, I'll talk about that more in a later video. We'll save that. Okay. Anyway, let's see. What's the status on the Kraken Dress model kit? Ricardo asked. Kraken Dress model kits. Are you wondering about the Egyptian themed one? I think maybe you're talking about Kraken Dress. Yeah, the Egyptian themed one. I can't remember the name of it offhand. Yeah, that one that's been delayed forever. It's still, I don't know what the current release date is, but as far as I know, it's not out yet. So until it's actually out, I've just considered that to be like forever delayed. And once we actually like have it shipped, then I'll tell you when it's coming out. But until then, I don't know, it's delayed. And they just came out with a new announcement for like another new kit as well, which is like the Sophia, I believe it's like the first one in the line, like a what do they call it? It's like a relaxing at home version of that kit kind of thing. Garuda gear, yeah. So thank you, Maximilian. That's the Beluga. It's called a Garuda gear parentheses Beluga. I think Beluga is a much more interesting name for it, considering it's like a big white mecha. But yes, that's what I'm talking about. Variable frame. Yeah, okay, let me go to the chat. I know there's a bunch of questions here in the live chat, so let me try to just knock a few of these out too. Riser and asks, are you going to review the Dark Magician Girl frame arms kit? Yes, I will be getting that and reviewing that for you guys. Just tried to explain to my wife what Mecha Musume is, and it is now sus. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I've heard that comment from different people. Saying that like, oh, I could never build this. If my wife or girlfriend saw me working on this, she'd get mad or something. I've never understood that. I mean, I get like for some people it might be kind of weird, different. I don't know, but my wife sees me building them. Sometimes she's never mentioned anything to me about like being weird or being angry about it or anything, whatever. I don't know, but I've seen people mention that in comments. Yeah, the Squid Octopus one was the Kraken Dress. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Undead Dress is the new one that's coming out. Are there P Bandai Star Wars kits? I don't actually know, Reiji. That's a good question. I don't think I've ever seen any P Bandai Star Wars kits. I think I've seen like they've had P Bandai other Star Wars stuff, but not model kits, if I'm remembering correctly. Felix asks, what kit would you pick up on a trip to Japan? I typically usually don't buy model kits when I go to Japan. Unlike the past handful of times that I've been there, I use the opportunity to buy like decals, paints, like, tools and supplies, stuff like that. That's just kind of a little bit harder to get other places. And it's very convenient to just pick up while you're there, small stuff like that. Kits usually not that much, but I don't know, maybe if I could come across some like cool, since we're on the topic of Mecha Musume, some like Mecha Musume like amateur garage kit add-on sets, like option sets, stuff like that you can buy there in some certain stores. What about the big Star Destroyer kit with the LEDs? Yeah, I don't think that was a P Bandai kit, right? I think that's just a normal release as far as I know. And it's definitely one that I would like to get, actually. I would like to pick up one of those kits. Okay. we're getting towards the end of the hour. I was hoping to get through even more questions. I was trying to go through them as quick as I could, but there's a lot here. Do you think the Zaku MG Verka? Oh, do you think we'll get the Zaku MG Verka anytime soon? I believe that was on the reprint list, but I don't know if I can check the list of the stuff that we're getting in and see if that's among them. So MG. Let's see, Verka. Doesn't look like that's on the list of stuff that we're expecting from Bandai. I believe I'd seen that was on the reprint list. I don't know if it actually will. So when Bandai puts out a reprint list, not everything from that list ultimately gets reprinted. So that could have been something that could have been cut, but they're probably going to be reprinting that. So that probably before the year is out, we should have some more of that particular kit. So if you're interested in getting the Zaku MG, go on the website, click the little box there that says like remind me or send me a notification when this comes back into stock. You can click that, and so then once we do get some more in, you'll get a notification right away. Okay, I want to at least get one or two questions in here from the YouTube community tab here before we wrap up. I've not taken any questions from the YouTube community tab post yet. So let's see. Let me go here. Eric asked, will either of you be creating your own custom builds along with the contestants for the Mecha Musume contest? Yes, I plan to. Adam, I don't think we'll have time, but I plan to, yes. I have an idea for something that I want to do. So hopefully I'll be able to do that along with you guys for the contest. Rick asks, what are some easily overlooked areas when prepping a model for a contest? Very good question. And I plan on doing a more kind of full video on this type of topic about like just a video over on my channel about like guide to entering an online contest, basically kind of tips for entering an online contest. And so this is something I'll probably cover more in full in that video and other aspects of it. But for your question specifically, overlooked areas when prepping a model for a contest, I would say probably the number one thing is mold lines is the most overlooked thing, where like you have a kit where somebody obviously had a really great idea, you know, it's well painted, well customized and stuff, and if there's mold lines on there, it's points off. And that was a very easy thing that you could have gotten rid of just by just doing a little bit more sanding, a little bit more, you know, just pay a little bit closer attention to prepping your model before you get into painting. Mold lines, you know, that's points off. So you got to be really careful about that. And, you know, they exist. Any model is going to have, you know, some mold lines on it. So that's probably the thing that I would say is the most overlooked, easily overlooked area. Got to look out for those. Okay. Julius asks, what scale are frame arms kits at? Frame arms are typically thought of to be around 1/10 scale. Megami Device are, even though they're technically 1-to-1 scale, are basically like 1/12 scale in terms of like scaled to like an actual human. Okay. Let's get into the giveaway then here for today. So let me put this up on the screen for you guys. There's obviously more questions, and I tried to get to as many as I can here, but we'll get into the giveaway. So why is it showing that? Don't need that. Okay. We need to set this to 3. Number 1 will be from YouTube. Number 2 will be from Facebook. Number 3 will be from Instagram. We'll go ahead and generate this. This is for the Final Battle Go Rai, by the way. So again, thank you to Kotobukiya for this. We'll give away this one here first. Generate 2. So from Facebook, where we had 28 comments, Facebook had the least amount of comments with only 28. So you have a good chance if you commented on Facebook. I think I clicked generate and either it came up with 2 again or I didn't click that again. Let me just try that. There we go. I think I didn't click it. 22. Okay, so let's go here to Facebook and we can go to the bottom. Here's our full 28 there. looks like. So 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22 be Josh. 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 20. Okay, yeah. Should we count up just in case? I just want to make sure that it's right. Sometimes Facebook's weird about showing comments. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Okay, good. John, congratulations, John Harder. He said, have you tried to army paint? Huh? Sorry, I'm going to struggle reading this one here. Have you tried the Army Painter paints or other popular hand painting miniature paints for Gunpla? If not, challenge accepted. No, I've not. I've not tried that brand of paints or like any like hand painting miniature branded or like, I guess, styled paints for Gunpla. No, I've not. I've hand painted Gunpla with lacquer paints, but that's it. So anyway, there you go. Congratulations, John. You can try hand painting this kit. That'd be a challenge, but I feel like this kit you may want to just leave it gold just for, you know, the novelty of it being such a big mass of gold. Let me just let John know he won here. Okay, and then we need to go to YouTube and search ZakuAurelius Lumitier review. I'll go to my review here of Lumitier share. Give me the link for that. And we'll draw the winner for that kit as well. Filter duplicate users. I think that's all we need to filter. We can get the comments there. What? CAPTCHA is wrong. What? Oh, 2 + 5. No, I had to do that. There we go. Okay, so while that's generating the comments, so yeah, just a reminder, this one will be for giving away the Lumitier kit. So if you guys saw my review for this kit, I said Kotobukiya gave me an extra one of these, so thank you to them. Thank you to Kotobukiya for this kit as well, again, and this one. This was the extra one they gave me to give away to one of you guys. So we'll draw the winner for the giveaway for this kit here just a second. But again, just a reminder, as we've been talking about the entire episode, but just a reminder in case somebody's coming in late, the Mecha Musume contest is ongoing. We started that a week ago. If you guys are interested, there's a video that was posted a week ago here on the channel with all the rules and everything you guys need to know about that. We have the guest judges, Nick and Blondie, which are awesome. Check them out. Follow them. Those are amazing guest judges. And we have the prizes, which we'll let you guys know as soon as we know what the prizes are going to be. We'll let you guys know there'll be kits and awesome kits. So, you know, the incentive should be there for you guys to enter. You know, either way, it'll be a fun contest, but there'll be some awesome kits that you guys will be able to win for the contest. So there's that. The coupon codes, you can use the coupon code contest for 10% off all Mecha Musume stuff until the end of today. So that code is active until midnight tonight. That you can use for 10% off any Mecha Musume kits. So if you wanted to pick up a kit for the contest or just whatever, you can get 10% off with the code contest. This weekend, starting today through Sunday at midnight, all paints are 25% off. If you put in the coupon code PAINT, when you go to checkout, you can get 20% off, 25% off all your paint stuff. Okay, so let's draw the winner then for this one. I don't want to do that. I want to do that. There we go. Okay, get YouTube comments. Oh, when do I have to do this again? Or what? Do I need to do this again or no? Maybe. Get YouTube comments. Amount of unique comments, 306. So then I think we can go here, right? Start. There we go. All right. Ryogawa. Here it looks like he said, so I asked you guys to let me know your favorite Mecha Musume kit. He said, it's been a while since I built a kit by Kotobukiya, but a fave of mine was the Megami Device Asura Ninja Shadow version. Yes, definitely a cool one. They put out some years ago. Good luck with the lucky draw, guys. Well, good luck. It seems like has come to you, Ryogawa96. So I'll give him a message. I'll reach out to him. If for whatever reason, after reaching out to him, I'm not able to get a hold of him, if I don't hear back from him, then I'll have to draw somebody else. But assuming that I can get in touch with him, he's the lucky winner of this kit. So that is going to be it for today, guys. I think that's all that I needed to remind you guys about. But again, just thank you all so much for watching. Thanks for your support and patience. Like I said, we had a bunch of new Kotobukiya stuff come in the other day. We've got a bunch of stuff from Bandai coming in either today or Monday. So just got a lot of stuff coming in, a lot of orders, a lot of stuff getting packed up and getting sent out to you guys. So if your order takes a couple of days longer than normal, we appreciate your guys' patience on that. We just got a lot of orders that we're working through, but everybody's working hard to get those out to you guys as fast as possible. So just appreciate you guys' patience on that. And just appreciate you guys' support. I know on behalf of Adam, who, like I said, is busy today, so couldn't join me today for the live stream, but I know on his behalf, I'll just say thank you guys for all your supports. And, you know, like I said, for me, go check out the video discussion with Lincoln that I posted yesterday. And just a reminder too, just for my channel wise, again, I'll be out of the office next week, but I will be working on some stuff for you guys, trying to post some videos from home and then just working on getting some kits built up for reviews and other things I'll be working on to share with you guys. So again, last thing is, like I mentioned before, I said I'm interested in doing like a tier list or like a tournament ranking, bracket ranking of like all the Mecha Musume kits. If that's something you guys think would be interesting and cool, you'd like to see, let me know. And let me know your guys' thoughts on maybe how to go about doing that with all the different variants and everything. Include all the different variants, or maybe just some of them, or what do you guys think? I don't know. I thought we could just do like just brands like 30-Minute Sisters, Attack Girls, Megami Device, Frame Arms. But then I feel like it's for some of those, like for Megami Device or Frame Arms, there's so many kits in that line, it's kind of hard. And then our list would only be like 8 that we have to rank, and then it's kind of not very fun. So I feel like that's too simple. But to include all the variants would be too many. I don't know what to do, guys. Let me know your guys' thoughts if that's something you'd like to see tackled in an upcoming video. But for now, thank you guys so much for tuning in, and we'll see you later. Have a great weekend, guys. Bye-bye.